Any question, concerns? So far, whatever we have covered, we started with the formatting, color, tag. You see, I'm doing different things just to make sure you understand how to customize and all. We started filtering. We did color coding, we changed the map. We also did a various dual axis. This is very popular question. Dual axis means you have two matrix here. You have two matrix, and then you smooth out, you synchronize the column, and then hide one of them and create that. Pretty cool, right? Then we'll also talk about quick tables. Now, let's talk about this one. This is one interesting question people ask. You have, let's say, 50 states, and you want to know which state is generating maximum profit. So basically, let's talk about intention. Sometimes, you have lots of customers and you want to show only first 5 customers, first 5, right? So there is a way you can do. We'll show you. Sometimes you want to know bottom 5 who are loss wise. Basically, they're making loss, right? So bottom 5. And sometimes you want to show all of them. And sometimes you want to show like which one is the first one, which one is the 20th one, which one is 30th one. So that's called ranking. So I'm going to cover all that step by step. Ranking. So how do we do this thing? So let's start. So click on a plus sign. Click on a plus sign. And here we'll say, again, we'll say state, double click on that. I'll say state ranking, state ranking. So you can see that how it will work. State ranking. Now, in order for me to do state ranking, I need a double click on state, and then we'll take a profit. So double click on state and double click on profit. I don't need a map. So I don't need a map. In case map shows up, don't worry about it. It will disappear. So you double click on state and then double click on profit. Then in case if you are not able to see the map charts, you can click on show me and you will see the rest of the chart. And select the bar chart, this one, right? Now, anytime you have this type of chart, just do sorting, because it's always a good idea to sort. So you can see right now, Texas seems like having the highest, and then this one is the highest, which is California. So California seems like profitable, and Texas is looks like loss. No problem. So now I'm going to transform to this way. So it will look like a nice graph, which is more easier to read like this. Let me know if you are all here. So far, so good. Now I need to make myself, like a decision, which one is lost. So definitely you can crystal clear say Texas is the last one and California is the highest. But I have 50 states. Somebody asked which one is 20th state or which one is 15th state. I cannot answer that unless I go to line by line, and it's going to be difficult. So there is a way you can do, and that's what we are going to cover right now. Ranking. Ranking means I have a class with 100 students where I'm standing, right? Rank wise. The top one is the first one, and the second one, and the last one is the last one. So I want that ranking like 20th, 50th, 60th. If somebody asks question, very simple. Right now we are showing profit. Now what we can do here is a couple of ways you can do. If you click here, if you sorry, yeah, that's fine. If you click on profit and you see quick table, and there is a concept called rank. So here, quick table, there's a concept called rank. So if you do that, See right away nicely. So you can see California is number 1 and Texas is like that, right? And you can see that if I move my mouse, I know South California is 28 and Mississippi is 20th. Pretty cool. And you can reverse this sort and you can see like other way around. If you do reverse, you will see other round. California is the first rank and Texas is the last rank. Any questions so far? Everyone understand rank wise? Profit wise means which one generated the maximum profit. California generated maximum profit. Now, sometimes it is possible that you can get the label of ranking. Sometimes you can get the label of ranking. So by hold control switch and drag this thing here. Control switch and drag and here. So you can see ranking also label here. Here it's ranking here visible, but you can do that. So if I hold control switch, make sure you hold control switch and put in label. So you can see ranking like that. So it's more readable. Doable. So if I ask you in exam, if I ask you what is the Kansas ranking, or I can ask which one is the 12th ranking. So in that case, Delaware 12th ranking is Wisconsin and Kansas is 33 ranking, right? It's pretty easy, right? So that's the ranking algorithm. But I want to now find out top 5, or I want to find out last bottom 5. And then I want to remove this one, which is tough, which is tough, right? Because the data is together. So right now what we are trying to say is I have 50 states. I want to find out first 5 states. And then I want to find out bottom 5 states. And I say I want to remove this data and then show the graph where only 5 state top and 5 state bottom. Man, that's pretty complex. How to do that? So that requires a series of steps, and we're gonna do that. But right now, this is good graph. It solves ranking problem. But top 5 and bottom 5, we're gonna do 3 steps approach. So let's click the new worksheet. So click on new worksheet. And when you click on that, I'll say top 5. So top 5, you can write down top 5 state maybe. Top 5 states. Now we're gonna do exactly the same way as we did before. We'll double click on state and we'll double click on profit and we'll take a bar chart and then we'll sort it. So again, double click on a profit, double click on a double click on a state, double click on a profit, and then sort it and transpose. So you can have like this. Now, there is a special way we can do this interesting thing. So we have to slice this data. Now, the best way to slice the data is very simple. I hope you guys are so far with me, right? So best way to slice the data is now take a state here. Please pay attention. Take a state and put it here in a filter. So now I'm going to take a state and put it in a filter. So it will give me this option. This option is pretty interesting. This is called filter. So you can filter, you can check if you want, or you can select whatever you want, but we are interested in top. So we'll go here. So we'll go here. And now we'll select a by field. So you can see we selected top. We say by field. And we are interested in top 5. So select top 5. And now press apply. And you can see now magic. These are the top 5 states. Let me know if you're able to see this. Good so far? Okay. Okay, you know how to do label and all. So if you want to do label, just drag and drop. You know how to do color, region to color. You need to be now comfortable because we did quite a lot, right? So you should be able to do that. So this is top 5. Now we need to take this data, extract this data. So this is called, you're extracting the data from this top 5. How to extract? It's called set. So right click here, please follow me, right click here, and then you can say create set, create set. So when you click on create set, you give a name. I'll set top 5 and press enter. Any question, concern so far? We know now top 5. Now we need to do bottom 5. But I want to use this work. If I want to use this work, what should I do?
Duplicate it.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. So now we're going to duplicate this. This is the reason we were discussing about. We can duplicate it. So I duplicate it here. So this is duplicate, and I'll say bottom 5. Though I named bottom 5, but still it's top 5. So we're going to change into filter. So you click here. We click here and we'll say edit filter. So we'll say edit, click here, edit filter, edit filter. And instead of top, we'll say bottom. That's it. Instead of top, there's a bottom. And then apply. And you can see now, beautiful. Other classes, other states are showing up, right? These are negative. Very good. Okay. So that is bottom 5. In case if you are still not clear, we just right click here. We did edit filter, right? Edit filter, and edit filter top, just select bottom here. 5 is fin and apply. So you got a bottom. So now right click and create a new set. So we'll say create set, and this time we're gonna do, we'll write down as a bottom 5 and say okay. So you can see now I have 2 visible data sets here. Any questions so far? How did I create a top 5? How I created a bottom 5? Now I just need only these 2 sets to create a graph where I can show top and bottom. So for that, hold your shift button and select this 2. Sorry, my mistake. Select bottom 5 and hold shift button and select this. Only this 2 has to be selected. If others are selected, just do escape or click on one item and it will unselect that. So select this, hold shift button and click on that. So this is selected. And now keep your cursor here or mouse here and right click and say combine set. So right click and say create combine set. So you selected this top, bottom. Now you're going to say combine set. So when you combine set, it's going to create a new data set. So we're going to give total. We're going to give total. Or it's the top memes, top and bottom. Let's do that way. Here also have options. So you can see we are selecting this one. Means I need all top and I need all bottom. If I need a middle, I can do, again, I can do join and other things I can do, but good news, I need both. There is no what you call duplicate. Now you can say, okay. So when I okay, I have now another data sets, which is this one, and now. So I remove the in middle, top 5, bottom 5, and middle is gone. This data is gone, completely removed. Now create a new worksheet. And we'll give name top and bottom 5. So this is a new worksheet. Now double click on it. So this will like in and out. Anyone is from California? Anyone is from California? There's a special burger in California called In-N-Out Burger. In case someone is from California, very popular one, especially San Francisco. A lot of. So right now, I did double click on top and bottom 5. I got this thing, and I'm interested in profit. So double click on profit. So I get that. Yep. It is actually yummy, Dave. If you go to San Francisco or California, I would highly recommend In-N-Out Burger. It's a very popular one. Okay, so you click on top and bottom, and then you click on profit. So you get here, but still what I want, I'm not able to see. It's a in and out. Are you guys with me so far? In and out, are you guys able to see? So now how do I get my states? There is small thing you do and magic. And the magic is here. You click here and say show member in set. Show member in a set. So click here, show member in a set, and magic. Show member in set, and boom. Now you get both. Sort them. You got that. And then you do graph. And then you transform that. Again, I need to do in show member, my mistake. You can see now nicely. You're saying show members. Nicely you can see. And let me short it. Are you guys able to see now? Sometimes, graph reset, so you have to see, but you can see nicely. You have, and again, you can put profit here, right? You can put region here and all kind of things. Oh, sorry, not region, my mistake, state. You can put state here. Doesn't matter. So you can do the region. I put region, so you can see nicely. You can see nicely graph where your bottom and your top. How did I get it? Let me just quickly repeat. So those who are not able to do, they can do it. I'm going to quickly repeat. So first, I'll clear this thing. So remember we talk about clear. This is the one new worksheet, and this is the clear worksheet. So I'm going to do clear worksheet. So brand new. Double click on top and bottom. First thing, double click on top and bottom. Double click on profit. Then you click on here, tiny arrow, and click on show member insert. You got that. Click on here, show member insert. Then you do chart. Then you do transpose. Again, you do show in a member sets. Then you do sort. Then you do sort. You do sort like that, and you get this thing. Good. Now, if you want color, you can drag profit, put in a color, and you can see nice color is visible here also. And if you want to do tagging, put label, you get the label also. If you want to do red and green, click on edit and then do red, green, divergent, red, green, diverging, advance, center, apply. Beautiful. So such kind of things, it's very advanced. People normally don't do it, but you are learning in an easy way. Good. So top and bottom with the data sets we created. Any question, concerns, doubt? Right? So quite a lot to discuss and cover it. Now let's create a dashboard. So we can give you proper homework. And I hope next week when I come, I should have everyone. I want to present like that, rather than, I don't know. If you're not doing homework and if you're not doing lab and project, you're missing the big boat. Trust me. This is a marketable thing. It's useful thing. You can get certified quickly if you know the concept. Now, what we want to do is dashboard. So please understand, these are all my small worksheets. I created a lot of worksheets here. Each one has one visualizations, right? And so the way it works is worksheets are small window of one visual. And when I combine this visual together, Then I have dashboard, and that's my dashboard. But one thing I still did not cover, so I have to cover that before I go to dashboard. Dashboard means multiple worksheets. You can in dashboard you can use all your worksheets. So it's very important that you create a worksheet first and dashboard second. So one thing I want to cover is the KPI, which we did not cover it. Right? That's what I think somewhere I mentioned. Yes, this one. So let's do it. So click on new worksheet. Click on new worksheets. Everyone should be clear. Click on new worksheets. So you're here. And then double click on that and say KPI. Everyone is good so far. Now, there are a couple of ways to do KPI. One, you can drag and drop whatever you want one by one, drag and drop like that. Like let's do so you can understand. I'm going to drag, double click on discount, double click on profit, double click on quantity, double click on sales. You can do that and take the like this way. Take the table. You double click, you double click all this thing, and then click on the table. And then transpose this to like that. This is one way to do. If you don't want to do that, I'm going to clear this screen, clear the worksheet, and you just drag and drop measure and you get the same thing. And here you table, you get the same thing, table, and then you transpose, same thing. So sometimes people just use measure because this measure will pick all of this and convert into thing. It will not be readable. Always remember, you take a table and then transpose the way we want. This is more readable. And you can see this is what it looks. Now I want to make it more impressive. So this formatting is important for you because you will be using often. So let's spend some time. First of all, whenever you are doing this, this is kind of raw material, but in order to do good formatting, we're going to say click here and say fit width. So it will do like that. So that's one thing, good thing, right? So fit width, which letter. Now we want to make this label and we want to remove these lines and all. So first thing, you select this heading and right click on it and say format. So select this heading, right click and format. So when you format, you come here. So first thing, you try to change the font and size and color of your interest. Most people use color based on the standard which they have. So I'm just making that. So it looks beautiful. You see right away, it looks good. Now you want to change this one. These are called fields. These are called headings. So heading was very simple. Right click on it, go to format, just change it, and you change here and it is visible. Again, doesn't matter what you select, just do it so you can understand. Now you click here, the value, right click, and you can see here format. And when you click on format, you come here. This time it's not giving me the font which I'm looking for. So there is an option here called field. So when I right click and format, it came here, but I am interested in field. So click on field, and then there are many options available. So these are name, heading is a name, and these are values. So I'm going to say measure values. And now I'm going to select the font, make it bold. See, it's bold now. And let's say I want to change to, let's say 11, it's bigger. And this is 12, more readable. Again, change color and all, you can, nothing wrong at that. So we are doing that. Now again, you click on that and right click and format. Now we need to change this divider. So let's see if we can find row divider. So we go to row, maybe this one. Yeah. Let's see. Always I have a challenge where to find this one. Let's see if I have, it should be in a row. 1 second, column. Here you go. Not this one. Let me see again. Let's see. Always I have problem with, I lose that line. If you can find, let me know. No column, no here worksheets. There is no line here. This is none. 10 line, 0 line, drop line. I'm not sure they are talking about this one. No, this is, it should be row.
What are we looking for?
I'm looking for this row.
Row divider?
Yeah, row divider.
Under rows? It's under rows, and then the 4 squares up top? Yeah.
Here, and none. This one, always I lose this thing. So this one and none. So row is gone. So it looks good now. Make sense? So thank you. You're here and you select the none. Now I'm ready to go with my last step, which is called dashboarding. I hope everyone has beautiful things, this thing, right? Now, before you do dashboard, there are certain guidelines you need to follow. The dashboard has to be simple. Don't do too much color coding. Make it more interactive. Try to do dashboard with the 9 blocks, 9 to depend on your needs, 9 block type of thing. So dashboard is like this. So mostly first is the company logo, then your high level company name. Then you will have some kind of key KPI. Sometime company present in horizontal form, sometime they've present in a vertical form. So this KPI is most interested in. Then you provide something called, kind of 1 or 2 graph. If it is a map, show the map or trend. And then these sometime maybe a 1 graph, and sometimes you may have like 2 graphs. So if you see here, your KPI is 1, this is 2, maybe 1 or 2 graph, and 1 or 2. So basically 9 graph is the max you should do. If you do more than that, there got to be a reason for that. As long as you are artist, it's fine, but simple. Second, don't do too much color coding, because sometimes people print your graph and it will eat all your color printer ink if you use too much color. Third, create a little bit separator. So the only thing is, people, you say what I'm interested in, which is a KPI, then how this KPI is derived, and then why. So this dashboard should give you this. Also give appropriate filter. Based on that, you can see the slice and dice. So give appropriate filter. The second thing, you can use our interactions between this one also. So you can do that. And if you have some kind of, linkage, you provide linkage to the external website if you have it. If you need some text, like texting, you can provide some text and all, but try to create a like simple, nice dashboard. So we are going to do simple dashboard. Now, there are 2 types of thoughts. People who are smart, not graphics artists, I would say, not smart graphics artists, they use container. So they use container. If I use this way, then, and this one, that's called vertical container, means on stack each other. If I use this way, right, then this is called horizontal container. So this is like left and right. Sometimes you will have tile, which is fixed, and sometimes you have floated, means you can move around. Floated will move around. So you can, there is some kind of small icon. When you hold it, you can move it around, which show you. And when you move around, you will know that the gray color will give you idea where it is going to fit in. So we're going to try that step by step. Again, next week, we're going to cover more. So next week, I have only 3 items to cover. One is the LOD and some calculated aspects and some other complex aspect, which I could not cover today. So next week, I should have final touch, but you have enough knowledge to do this project. And this project you can expand next week also. So whatever you are doing, same project you're going to expand. So this time you use appropriate data. You're presenting working in progress next week. Again, one or two group will present, and the week after you will present a final project, which is important. LOD and all, I'm still working on the material, so hopefully that material will be ready. I do have material, but I want to make it better. So let's get started with the dashboard now. So here you can see the 4 square. This is your dashboard. So let's click on it. Double click on it, and we'll say profit analysis. So profit dashboard. Let's say profit dashboard. Now, this dashboard has some goodies. Let's be familiar with the goodies. So first of all, it does have some idea like horizontal container, vertical container. You can add this object in a dashboard. So these are all available to drag and drop. And these are the worksheets which we created. You can see nicely all worksheets you created is visible here. So you can see that. Now, this screen which you see here is a size. So by default, it select this type of size. Now, if you have bigger screen, you can customize it better. So normally you have to define the size depend on the target screen. If you are using TV, tablet, phone, what you're using, you can do that as well. We'll discuss in a few seconds. Now, first thing, when you come here, there is a concept called layout. So if you click on the layout, this is the layout. So anytime you see the layout, this layout is visible here, but you want to create any background, you can. So let's start with the background. So we'll click on dashboard. We'll click on dashboard, and there are options available, device layout. So if I move my mouse and if I say device layout, add desktop, add tablet. So you can create that type of layout, but again, we are not worried about, but in a real field, you're creating that dashboard for particular dashboard, like, tablet and all. But if you go here in your in your dashboard, this is the format. So if I click on formatting, I can at least do color coding background. So if I click on format, please understand I'm in dashboard. I'll do format. It gives me this option. So the first thing I want to do is dashboard, and you can see here I have selected here some kind of background, just perspective like that. So it's just like a thing about you. Instead of white paper, you have gray color paper, and on top of that you're going to put visual. It will look good. Again, I'm not an artist any shape or form, but if you're an artist, I would strongly suggest use appropriate color to make your dashboard impressive. So if you are doing medical, most people use purple color medical, like that type of thing. And if you are using certain type of, you can use this. Again, people like gray color, so I'm using gray color, right? Now, if you want to give a border or anything, you can do border. So let's click on that. So you have kind of high level border available also. We'll see in a few minutes. So we'll see. And if you want to have special font, style, bold, whatever you want, just play around that. So this is your dashboard thing. You are not seeing that. In few minutes, you will see that. But I created a border color. This is important because I want to make sure my what do you call background remain gray color. And then I'm going to click on X. So I'll back to my normal screen. So I'm here. Now click on dashboard. So when you click on dashboard, these are the screens available. Now, there are two thoughts. So you have to draw a picture in your mind, what kind of layout you want. So like example, I'm going to try again so you'll understand. This is my dashboard. And let's say I'm drawing pictures here that I'll add. I'll add logo here, and I add company name here, and I add what do you call KPI. So here I have vertical. These are vertical because I'm going to add stack. This is one row. This is two rows. So this is the vertical. If I have one and two, vertical. But if I see this angle, I have horizontal. So in horizontal, this is one, and this entire thing is two. And this is another thing. So let's see that so you will understand. You have to play around. So right now I'm taking horizontal container. So if I click on that and if I see it takes entire space. So why? Because there is no other container. So just double click on it. So it takes entire space. See, it took entire space. But if I do again one more time, and if I move my mouse, now I see gray color, it will show up. It will show a gray color. And if I move my mouse, I don't click, it shows, and it means I can put wherever I want. I can add wherever. So right now I can do that. I can do, this side of the wing, this side of the wing. So I have a choice where to drop. And if I drop, I create this type of diagram. So right now I have horizontal. If I bring here, so this is one container, this is one container, like that. Right now it's a tiled. Tiled means it just take entire thing. But if I do floating, it's kind of floatable. So if I do floating, and if I put it, let's say horizontal container, you can see I can move it around anywhere. So floating allow anywhere. I can move it around anywhere. So I can put it in the middle if it is a floating. But if I do tiled, and if I put it here somewhere, so it touch the border. Tiled always take the entire space and touch the border. Again, we can play around. Right now, I will go with the very easy. I'm going to delete whatever I have. So there is nothing to worry about. Start with the clean slate. So there is nothing here. I'm starting with the deleting by X. There is nothing here. So my style is play as we go further. So here I'm using, these are my things and I want to use KPI. So first check it out. I'm dragging that and I'm going to drop it here. So first when I drag, it will take entire space. See if you can do it. Are you guys able to? Right now, it looks like a little bit squeezed because the space is not enough. So we'll go to size. There's a size menu and this tiny arrow is there. And from there, there's a range arrow. So please understand, this is there. This is the one. And now we're going to say automatic. Automatic means based on my desktop, it will pick up the space. It will look good. So check it out. So automatic, so it took it. So now it's more readable. I'm going to hide the chart. So it's readable. So far, so good. You need to say yes, no. Good. I hope everyone is quiet, but is doing that. No problem. Now I want to put a text. So I drag the text and I put it on the top. So see, I'm trying to do here. You have to adjust this. Sometimes it will be pretty hard, but you can see I touch all the border and I drop it here. And I'll put it here. Let's say this is for a company called IT Expert System, INC. And then I'll use the font, style, color. Remember, it's all artistic view. Again, I'm not artist, but doesn't mean I can't decorate it, right? So this is my company name and I added that and you can squeeze this thing better like that. So I have IT Expert as a heading. I drag the text. Now I want to add a logo. I want to have a logo. So logo, I need an image. So the best way to do image is define the website name. So I have itexps.com. You can also go there, itexps.com, and we'll copy the URL of the logo. So I'll right click on that and I'll say copy image address. So right click on a logo and say copy image address. So I copy image address. Okay. Now we'll take an image from here, drag and drop here on the top where the next to the IT Expert. And there it gives me options like this. First I'll say fit image and I'll say center image. So check that. And link to image. So I'm going to click on that and I'll paste the URL which I copy from IT Expert. So remember, I right click on here and I say copy image address. Now I'm going to paste it here, the URL, check, and okay. And then I can adjust this thing a little bit like that. So it looks good. So far, so good. So I have logo. I have something more, I can do that. Nothing wrong in that. So I have this thing. So I have my KPI on top, and I have my company name. Now let's say I want to have a map. So where is my map? I can move my mouse and I can select what I want. So I need a map. So this is like map. So I can put it my map. So you can see as I do here, it gives me options. I'm not releasing my mouse. I'm trying to see where I can drop, right? So I'm going to see right now it's talking here, half. So I'm going to put it here. So map is right now here. And it says top and bottom says, and I don't need that. And let's say I want years and profit. So I'm dragging and dropping. Again, you can put wherever you want. Choice is yours. So you can drag and drop. Choice is yours. You can adjust also as you go further. And this is region profit. So you can see I'm doing that. So nicely you can adjust. Sometime it will look ugly. Don't worry about it. We'll adjust that as we go further. Sometime it will look very ugly. You can also move it around. If you feel like this one is not right place, you can see this portion. You can bring it here and you can do like that and it will look like this nicely. So you can move it around. You can also move it around. When you click on this side, this one, you can see this one is through. You can, move it around. So example, if I want to put it here, I can. So it looks nice now. So you can, again, artistic view you have to provide. Let's do one more. Which one let's do month profit here. What is this one? State profit. We took this one. What is this one? Region versus profit. Region, right? We didn't select region. Region is here. That's fine. Then I'm just trying to see which one I can take. I can take any one. Let's put it here. So I'm going to put this one. So this is nice. I have nice systematical here. Any questions so far? Again, there is no right or wrong answer. You decorate the way you want. And if you feel like there is some additional space, you can squeeze it around. You can squeeze like that and it will automatically adjust. You can make it like that. You can adjust also. Now, a couple of advice. This title always hide because it won't look good. So KPI, I don't need to write KPI here. This is already visible. So you right click here and just say hide title. So it's nice. You right click here and say hide title. You right click here and hide title. You right click here, hide title. You right click here, hide title. Pretty cool. That part is pretty cool. Now, sometimes what happens, like right now here, you can see here, I'm not able to see properly, right? Because it's a scrolling. So you can adjust this one like that. You can adjust a little bit. So again, you have to use your artistic view. See, it's still not readable. So I'm going to adjust this thing. And there is nothing special rule that you shouldn't be doing that. As long as try to avoid the scroll bar if you can, because scroll bar doesn't look good in a dashboard. So now scroll bar is gone. So that's fine. Yeah. Now we're still not done yet. This side, this is your filter. We'll see in a few minutes. But now I want to give a little bit formatting type thing. I kind of put together again, put like 6 to 9, maximum 9. Always KPI on top and filters on this side, or sometimes people put filter here, but anyway, doesn't matter. Now I want to do some kind of artistic view. So that is the layout. So click on layout and layout. I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I want to give a border. So normally I don't give a border. So that's fine. But here in background, I want to give a background, internal background white, and outside background, which we have, is gray color. So right now it's a none. So click on none and say white. So that will be a white background. So this is my selected. This is my selected portion. Right now I have selected this thing. So check it out. I'm selecting background. If I want to give a little bit purple background, I can give. I'm giving white background just for knowledge purpose so you can understand. Then outer padding. So what is outer padding? Please pay attention. There are two types of padding. Outer padding means outside and inner padding is inside. So this, if you want this space between these two graph, then outer. And if you want space between border and this detail, then inner. So let's see it so you will understand. So first I did a white background. Now click here anywhere. You can click here anywhere and give here 10 and see what happened. So you can see nice, beautiful border added. Do you see that? That's my outer. Right? Now click on the inner side. Click here anywhere. Sorry, what happened with this guy? Sorry, I had to click here and then click here and you can do 10 inside. So you can see a little bit professional view. You can see nice, beautiful border you are getting. And I got scroll bar, so I'm going to squeeze a little bit this guys. So I don't like scroll bar. Perfect. So you can see like there's a photo frame type of thing. If you carefully see, there's a photo frame. Nice frame happen. Right? Now let's do the same thing. For this one, click here. This one, click on this. Same thing, background, white. Right? And then click here. Then click on the outer padding. Just say 10. Click outside. Click here again one more time. Inner padding. Say 10. Now look at that. Looks beautiful, right? Nice, beautiful border, and it looks like a photo frame. Let's do quickly for all. So I'm going to click this one. I'm just going to quickly do that. It's a repetition, so nothing special here. Just quickly do that. Click border, then click here, just do 10. I don't have too many, so it's easy to do that. But if you have too much, it takes time. But right now it's nice, beautiful border. Now let's do this one. Click here again, white. Click here again, just to give 10. Click here, and just to give it 10. So you got that. Nice there. And this one, I don't think I need this much space for my logo. So this one is better if I give this guy a little bit space here. So that's good. And this portion I have here, you can also give the same space. So I'm going to click here and give white background. So it's pretty good. It's take entire space, which I like that. Click on that and click on that and click again and click here 10. Now, so that looks good. So that part is cool. And now this one, same thing. I click on non-white, so it will match with my logo. Perfect. It looks beautiful. And click here and give here 10. Again, you can give 5 also. There is no rule for that. You have to give 10. I'm just giving 10. So it looks good. And IT expert, same concept. We'll do white. Beautiful. And this time, click here, give 10. And click here, give 10. So I have a nice thing. So my professional looks are visible here. Now I have, these are my right side, I have filtered. So if I click on east, you can see right now this graph has changed, but nothing has changed. If I click again, this graph come back, but nothing has changed. So how do I make this interactive? And that's what next 4 or 5 minutes we'll spend about. Pretty easy to do interactive graph. The first thing, when you do graph or change interaction, there is a small funnel is there. So click on that and there's a funnel in there. So this funnel you click, it means it's become a filter. So click on that. So it's a filter. Click on one by one everyone. Click on one by one enter and click one by one. Now everything is connected. Just clicking on filter for a funnel icon. Now if I click on east, check it out, magic. Everything changed. If I click on west, everything changed. If I click on this, everything changed. If I click on jet, everything changed. If I click on this one, everything changed. If I click on this one, everything changed. Perfect. It's working perfectly fine. And if you want to apply here, you can also apply filter. Anything, if let's say if you don't like filter, just click one more time and the filter will disappear. And you can select particular things also, like example, if you want to have drop down, we'll talk about next week a little bit more about this thing. Any question, concerns about your what you call dashboard? Next week we'll add more filters and all, and I'll teach you more filters and we'll do what if analysis, parameters and all we'll cover. But anytime when you feel like, anything you want to go back, just make sure whatever you are doing, just click one more time and it will back to the normal. So you can go back also. Anytime when you click here and you click on that and it will come back to normal. Now I want to publicize this, or I want to present to the meeting. So if I click on this presentation icon, if I click on presentation icon, I can locally see how it will look when I share to my manager. So this is what presentation look like. Anything this on the top of that you have, right? So if you see here, if I select anything, just like example, I select here, my numbers are changing. Check it out. If I select here, my numbers are changing. And this is like my management people can see, slice and dice, whatever they want, and highlight the year of whatever. Here, if I have a drop down box, I can select here. So if example, I had a region, if I remember, I had a region, but it's not visible. You can make that visible. So I do escape and I can come back here. And anything which is, if I miss it right now, like example, if I go back to my, one of the place I had a region, I think I did region. Yeah, here. So years versus profit, I had a region. So when I have region, it's not visible there in my dashboard. It's not visible, the reason. So here you can say, anytime you filter, you right click on a filter and say, so filter, so filter, so filter. Now go to your dashboard and the filter part will be now in a visible aspect. So you can get that as a visible aspect. So you can see that anything, like example, this one I had a year profit, it's here. So if I go back to dashboard, this graph has that filter. So you click here and you can say here, filter, and that will be visible. Region will be visible. So you click on that and that will be visible. The benefit of that, if I preview here, I can now play around, right? I can play around. So I can play around. So when I'm applying filter, did you notice that it's only applying here? It's applying here because this filter is associated to this worksheet. So let me do escape. How do I make this filter associated with everyone? Very simple. Go to year and profit, right click on region. There is options called apply to worksheets. I will say apply to all using related data source. All related data source. Now if I select here and if I select all, now see everything is gone. Now central, see it applied to everywhere. So what I did is get that this one applied to everywhere. See nicely. So your manager needs to slice and dice. So you can ask them and see how beautiful it works. The only thing I did is on the filter, I right click, first SSO filter, and I say apply to all. And when I say apply to all means now wherever the region is associated, it will work appropriately. And that way you don't have to do much. This region apply to everywhere. Now I have reviewed everything and now I want to publish. So publish is nothing but save in a public. So here you can see save. So let's click on save. And when you click on save, it will ask you to log in. If I remember my password, I will be able to log in. I don't know. Those who do not have, you can create an account. If you do not remember, then create an account. And if you know the username and password, you can log in and you can, see your published view, which you can share with your friends and family member. Many times during interview or after interview, they will ask your work, or they might give you data and say, do the dashboard and send me tomorrow. They won't give you much time. They will give you one day and you have to create this dashboard and share. A couple of my students, name few, Aisha Abba, She was in, I think, one of the pharmaceutical company in Texas. She was interviewed, and during interview, they asked her, "Do you have anything which you publish? Can you share your work?" And luckily, she had done a project in IT Expert, and she shared that link, and that was a very impactful during the decision-making process. So it's very important that you do your work and publicize. So now I'm going to log into my account. I hope I have account. I think I have account. And the only thing is my password is right. Account is good, but password. Sometimes remembering password itself is a problem. Oh, it worked. So I'm gonna write the published name. So I'll say profit analysis. So I'm saving profit analysis, and if I click on save, it will say, oh, it's already there because I teach this class often. I'll say overwrite it, and it will take me to the browser. And we'll cover more in coming class, but this is something I need for your project. Next time when you come, the only thing you need to present is your dashboard, and beautiful dashboard in front of you. And I can play around. I can do the same thing which I was able to do in the thing. Beautiful, just beautiful, right? I can select it, and I can select particular state. I can see the effect. I can select a particular quarter. I can see the effect. Beautiful. And everything is in front and published by me. Awesome. You can embed this thing in a website also, and others can access this also. Good. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's session, and this is something you will be working on your project.